everyone. Welcome to Gigi and the 561. I'm Pam Barker. I'm Gigi. Thanks for being here. Oh, wow. Are we moving on through June? Today is Juneteenth. It's a federal holiday, by the way. No mail, no banking, no nothing, no Wall Street, no nothing. It's an important day. If you don't know about it, you need to look it up. It's important. It took until 2021 to make it a federal holiday, and when you look it up, you'll see how outrageous that really is. So, happy Juneteenth, world. As I peruse many things, as a podcaster, I'm always looking for interesting things, or maybe not interesting, just quirky or whatever. So it caught my eye when I saw a something that it's like, what? It's like, now's the time to get rid of your ironing board and iron. Well, let me just tell you, I can't tell you the last time I owned an iron or an ironing board. Kudos to those who do iron. Great respect for that. But isn't that what dry cleaners are for? To do your laundry, make your stuff look great? It was for me and for my mate for many years. But then one day, a good friend of mine said, Pammy, why are you doing that when you could steam with a really good steamer? Some of the things, not everything, because you need starch, you need the pros rather to do it for you. But so I did. I jumped in and got a steamer. I'm like, ironing, it just, I have no knack for it. I just don't. So, I mean, it seems simple, but it's really not. There's method to that. You iron the shoulders of a shirt, you iron the sleeves, you iron them, Okay, well. But when I saw this new thing named Nori, it's a steamer. Handheld, Nori, Nor. Well, I was confused because Nori is actually seaweed, right? I mean, it's edible seaweed. So it's dark green, is the seaweed. It's edible, and it's a staple in Japanese cuisine. It's made from red algae, which does not sound very appetizing, but it's actually very good for you. It's good for your heart. It has many benefits for your circulatory system. So when I saw this steam iron named Nori, I'm like, what is this? I'm so confused. Is it seaweed? Is it a steamer? What do we got going here? One of the inventors said she would iron her clothes, or steam them, as it were, press them with her straightening iron, the kind that clamps together, and with the plates, that clamp together, and get the wrinkles out of clothing. And so fast forward many years, many people, it takes a village to create these things, and they came up, she and her co-founder, with the handheld steamer. Now, it's really definitely not going to work for everything. Courtney Toll, Toll, and Annabelle Love they co-founded Nori Press in New York City, and they wanted to reinvent the traditional iron. Well, to me, they're reinventing the steamer, because with a steamer, the steam comes out. You have to be careful or you will burn yourself. I know this firsthand. And it hits the clothing. You move it around to get the steam out. Well, this is different in that you clamp the fabric between the plates and the steam comes in. I think it sounds a little bit dangerous because of the way steam will billow. Whether it's, no matter where you see steam, it will billow. It's like taking the lid off a pan that's been cooking and the steam just billows out. It'll give you a facial if you're not careful. And yet I'm intrigued by it. I may order it, see how it works, as long as it's returnable. Because I very much like the steamer that I do have. But it may be good for travel, for those little things. But on the other hand, isn't that what they make the spray that it comes in a little kind of an atomizer thing, and you take it on drips, and it's by downing, and you spray your clothing, and the wrinkles fall out supposedly. Sometimes it works better than others. It works better if you spray it and then put it in in the bathroom with you, with the steam of the shower going or something like that. But anyway, it's still an interesting concept, and I'm all about new things that improve the way that we live and time saver. And I'm never stuck in the old ways of doing things too terribly much. Every now and then, yeah, but mostly I'm all in on let's do it differently. The new people coming up, young people, have great ideas. Let's go with it. Let's see how it works. Speaking of how things work, there's a company called it sounds really weird. It's a company that will take your photos and make them into things. The name of it is Scafos, Scafos. What caught my eye, I don't really wear a ton of scarves. I like to buy them when we travel. I like to take them when we travel because they're lighter and kind of dress up an outfit without you having to take heavy jewelry, which I will also take, so it really doesn't save me a lot. But I love buying beautiful scarves that I know I cannot get anywhere except in a particular country. I have purchased them all over the place, including Paris, and which are some of my favorite. And when we were in Sicily a few months ago, in Taormina, which is a really fun place to go, and the shops are just absolutely beautiful. But I went into one and found this, can't even really call it a scarf. I mean, she did, but it's massive. It's like a textile you would hang on the wall. But I don't know what to do with that because it's a beautiful fabric and it's a beautiful color, but it doesn't really go so much for me to turn it into a wall hanging. But on the other hand, it's just folded up and sitting there, and that seems a crime against fabric, you know? But what caught my eye about Scafos was that you take your photo and you literally turn it into something, a scarf. They do other things too, like bags and whatnot, but the scarf piece was intriguing because you pick your fabric, send your photo, voila, your scarf. Now, this is not new in my world because I have ordered from Walgreens photo department where you take photos and you have them put on things, such as a child-sized comforter with your own photos. The difference here is that, I don't make the comforter, nor would I ever be able to. But with the scarf, you really do. You pick the fabric and your photo, so it sort of really is your creation, which makes that really nice. They're not that expensive, what I was looking at. Not really that expensive, but it depends. It depends on size, it depends on fabric, and a lot of other things. But I was very intrigued by that because it takes it up a notch from places like, I just use Walgreens photo because I've used them to have, like, I had a pillow made with a photo on it, or the pillow I had a photo put on it, things like that. But check out Scafos if you have an interest. It's very arty to me, the way that you can take your photos and just run with it, and be as creative as you can possibly be. Speaking of scarves and fabulousness, why do I not know of Bunny Roger? I don't know him, but I do now. And Bunny is a guy I could hang out with, I think. Although he's probably way too cool for me back in the day. He was born on June 18th in 1911. One of his quotes, "Now I've shot so many Nazis, Daddy will have to buy me a sable coat." Now, let's just give a tip of the hat, TOTH, to Bunny. He was not only a war hero, he invented the capri pants in 1949. Now, there are all sorts of capri pants. Some are good, some are not good. I'm not big about necessarily fabric ones that, have flowers all over them. But he was responsible in 1949 for the invention of capri pants. They say, I'm quoting, "He lived courageously and consistently as a gentleman who knew who, what, and why he was here." That's very appealing to me. Now, this I love so very much. A fun anecdote. It is said that Roger got out of a taxi and powdered his nose when his driver said, "You've dropped your diamond necklace." Roger replied, and I love this, "Diamonds? With tweed? Never." See what I mean? He was the son of a self-made millionaire. And as a youth, his father was conservative and not too happy that Bunny dyed his hair and wore rouge because his father had no sense of humor. And yet, when he was a teen, he asked for a dollhouse. He made a sports team and he wanted that for his reward. And his dad did that. He gave him the dollhouse. Parents like that, yay. His mother gave him a fairy costume with wings at one point. Now, this is not fair. This is where it begins to be a rub for me. He was expelled from Oxford for his indiscreet gayness. Now, read between the lines there. Indiscreet gayness. So, he started his own fashion business with his first client being Vivian Leigh. Now, if you don't know who that is, look her up. Gone with the Wind. I'll give you a hint. But then, guess what happened? A half-decade later, Roger found himself fighting Nazis in Italy and North Africa. He was noted for bravery in battle now this gets us back to scarves, while wearing his long, diaphanous scarves. One time he pulled a wounded fellow soldier from a building that had been bombed. He claimed that he had gone into battle brandishing a rolled-up copy of Vogue and commenting, "When in doubt, powder heavily." I mean, this guy and it's just, I missed it. And this I am all in for. He hosted crazy theme parties. Diamond, amethyst, and flame balls were held to celebrate his 60, 70, and 80th birthdays. He wore a curious plum-colored catsuit with a feathered headdress at his 70th ball in 81. At his 80th, he made his entrance in a catsuit of scarlet sequins with a cape of orange organza. Oh, yeah. He greeted his guests from a wall of fire. His parties were so famous, or infamous perhaps, they were covered by newspapers. He had a New Year's Eve fetish ball where the proper upper class mixed with young guests in rubber S&M gear. From his obituary, let me read you. Beneath his mauve mannerisms, Bunny was stalwart, frank, dependable, and undeceived. To onlookers, a passing peacock. To intimates, a life enhancer, an exemplary friend. Here's to Bunny. He was born yesterday. It's a date, 1911. Thank you so much for being with me. I hope you're enjoying your summer. It's very dry in SoFlo where I am. We need rain. We need rain a lot. Thank you for being with me. I hope you will take the time to look up our website, northpalmbeachlife.com, where these podcasts always rest, as well as 20 platforms. Anywhere you want to go, you can find Gigi in the 561, as well as my other one, Travel Bistro. My mate in Everything Crime, the producer of my podcast, who wears many hats. He writes for several publications, including Splash Magazine Worldwide, Aqua Magazine, All Things Cruise, and our website, northpalmbeachlife.com. Check us out. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere. Be sure to come back. Tell your friends. Subscribe. You don't want to miss any of this greatness. Bunny wouldn't. Thank you so much for being with me. I'm Pam Barker, and this is Gigi in the 561. I'm Gigi. Stay with me.